"What are you doing playing a Scotsman? You know, you should have gone to a Scottish actor." I said, "Well, I am a Scottish actor." Oh, you know, somewhat taken aback by it.
If you can, as a performer, make the most outrageous seem believable, that can be hilarious, and that's what he does immaculately, I think.
Victor was supposed to be 60, I think, and I was only 55. And I thought, I'm not ready for old men yet. And I read it, and I wasn't too sure. And I saw what David was trying to do much more, and I went back to meet them, and I said yes.
The anger that he showed becomes ultimately comic and then sympathetic, so that you start off thinking grumpy old man, and you finish up thinking, oh dear.
What was interesting about One Foot in the Grave was that a lot of older people didn't like it because they thought it was about death. But of course, what it was about was the foot that was out of the grave. That was the important one.
He's one of the great all-time sitcom performances. It's so precise and measured and, yes, at times quite outrageous.
I mean, I don't mind the catchphrase. The only trouble I have with the catchphrase, if drunk people say it.
So you go out with them and you're always aware that at any moment there'd be people screaming, "I don't believe it." Very much like that episode of Father Ted.
I think he's very aware that it's, you know, it comes with the territory, and that if you're lucky enough to have been in something that successful, you had better not be complaining about people, you know, shouting your catchphrase.
I remember thinking that's the way to handle that. It's so elegant and it's so respectful of the fact that, you know, what you do means something to people.
I just thought I was getting a bit fed up finding ways to be angry, different ways to be angry.
Not everyone who knows him from television understands that in the theatre he's one of the most respected theatre directors in the country. Actors talk of working with Richard in sort of slightly hushed tones. He's very much seen as a mentor, as someone who really knows how to get to the heart of an acting performance in the theatre, and his style is very much about simplicity and openness and cleanness and never doing too much.
He will tell you if he doesn't like your work or if he didn't like the way you wrote that character or that line of dialogue. So I think that's quite unusual in the theatre world, because there is this reputation that we're all lovies and we all sort of worry about how we say stuff to our friends when we see their plays. If we don't like them, do we sort of say, "Oh, darling, it was brilliant"? But with Richard, he will tell you the truth.
I certainly have no plans in stopping. I want to carry on. I suppose, you know, that's what I like doing. That's what I love doing.